Well, I didn't really pick a great time to do this. I'm sure. I think 2 o'clock on a Sunday is probably not the best time, but since I hit 1,000 subscribers, I figured I would just do a live stream and talk about the channel and kind of what my plans are for the future. And then, if anybody had questions, I could answer those. But otherwise, it was just going to be like a way to say thanks and basically talk about what the channel is, why, where I plan to go from here and all that fun stuff. Get that fixed a little bit. So, and then I'll have this up also, so people that missed the live stream can still view it too. So that's why I kind of wanted to talk about the channel also, and that way people will be able to view that later. But I think it all started a couple of years ago when I saw my first reaction channel, and it was a guy named greetings from Greece. I would love to go to Greece someday. Would love to go to Greece someday. One of my children is named Odysseus, so it's kind of my hope to go to Greece someday and see all of the great history that's there. In any event, it was a couple of years ago, I think, maybe 2 years ago, that I first saw my first reaction channel, and it was a guy named Joey DePrince. I think it's Crown Family is the name of his channel now, but at that time it was Joey DePrince. And he was listening to Pink Floyd for the first time. And it was just, I don't know why, I don't know what it was about it, but it just was really interesting to watch. So I just found myself watching video after video, watching this guy kind of find music for the first time and enjoy music for the first time that I had known for quite a while. So, and so that was kind of my first exposure to reaction channels. And from there, I think I watched his channel for a little while, but I didn't really watch any others at that time. But I would say over the past year or so, maybe a little longer, I started, of course, once you watch anything on YouTube, then you start getting recommendations for other channels of similar content. So then I started getting all sorts of recommendations for other reaction channels. And I didn't subscribe to all of them or anything like that, but I did subscribe to a few of them. And so I had been following a couple of other reaction channels, music reaction channels. And the more I watched them, the more entertained I was. And at that time, I was just figuring that, I knew quite a bit of different music, so I didn't really see a need to start a channel of my own at that time, because I am familiar with a lot of the music that these reactors were reacting to. So they were reacting to, classic rock or, stuff like that. And I was pretty familiar with all of the stuff that they were reacting to. So, but people like Jamel, aka Jamal, and I followed him. I follow Gem Reactions. I follow Daikon Dissectional Reactions and that kind of thing. And then the more, I think when the pandemic hit, and I was, watching more of this stuff, I had some, I don't know if I'd say spare time, but I was doing different things, trying to learn stuff. I started trying to learn Spanish, and just trying out some different things. And I kind of thought, even though I've already listened to a lot of that music, maybe I would create a channel trying different foods, because I hadn't really tried that many different foods. I had never drank coffee. I'd never had tea and all that kind of stuff. So originally when I started the channel, I was just trying different things for the first time. So I tried coffee for the first time. I tried, what else did I try? I tried different stuff for the first time, different foods and that kind of thing. And of course, that kind of content, there's not really a huge demand for it, so it really didn't go too far. Um, I think the first video actually was a dried cherry taste test, which is still on there, and I just kind of did that one as a joke. And then the second video I did was we got a bidet, and so I installed the bidet, and that was my first actual video that I was trying to make for entertainment, I guess you want to call it entertainment. And so I did an installation of the bidet, and then I started doing different food reactions. And again, there's not really that high of a demand for those anywhere, especially if you're fairly unknown. But then I thought to myself, even though I've listened to a lot of music, maybe I could do a channel where I shared some of my favorite music. And that's kind of what the start of the channel was for, is to kind of just share some of my favorite music with everyone, watch along and that kind of thing. And so that's what I did in the beginning of the music segments, or the music that I would react to. Then what I realized, though, is that there's actually a lot, even though I thought I knew a lot of music, there's a lot of music that I have not heard. So people started giving me recommendations of stuff that I had never even heard of. So that's kind of what it's turned into over the past several months, is not just listening to some of my favorite stuff, but having fun listening to some stuff recommended that I'd never even heard before. And as I said, I felt that I had a pretty wide range of music knowledge, but I was still getting recommendations for stuff I'd never heard. And so that's what I enjoy about it. I enjoy sharing some of my favorite music. I enjoy listening to recommendations and just finding stuff that I've never heard before. And that's why, after a few videos, I thought, really it's all about having fun. It's all about having fun, listening to music. And, with all the craziness in these past 10 months or so, it was just a good way to get away and listen to different stuff, and kind of give people another outlet of something fun to listen to or something fun to watch. And so that's what I did. And I've been doing that ever since. And in the beginning, I figured I was like, I'd be lucky if, 100 people subscribed to me at that point. Really wasn't expecting too much out of it, but thought I would just maybe entertain a handful of people here or there, people that, I would post it on my Facebook and that kind of stuff to try to draw some interest. And figured it would just be people that knew me already that might watch. But after a little while, things kind of grew gradually, and it's like a snowball effect. So the more people watch, the more the videos get recommended to other people, the more those people subscribe, and so on. And yeah, so it just kind of grew from there. So then, I reacted to a couple of videos that had huge fan followings, and that's when things really picked up. Like some of the Shawn Mendes videos that I did in the beginning, which I had never really heard Shawn Mendes before, those were really popular. So people were wanting me to react to more Shawn Mendes. Some of the Queen videos, I'm pretty familiar with Queen, but some of those I hadn't seen a lot of their live stuff. So I started reacting to that. And then Angelina Jordan. So Angelina Jordan, young, I say child prodigy. And that video kind of blew up a little bit. I say blew up in the grand scheme of things, not a huge number, but I had thousands of views in a short amount of time, and hundreds of subscribers that were interested to hear more of her stuff. And so I've listened to a couple of her videos, and then now I've listened to, just different artists that have the big fan followings. I kind of noticed that a lot of the artists are not from the United States, which is good, because it's a lot of stuff that I haven't heard before. So, I've listened to different artists from different countries and that kind of thing. And I'm interested to continue to do that, just to hear music that's totally foreign to me and I haven't heard before. Whether they're singing, traditional Western songs, Western, not like country Western, but like Western, like in, English songs and that kind of stuff. And I'm interested to check out stuff that's maybe not even in English. So I've checked out like BTS and that kind of stuff. They don't, a lot of their songs aren't in English. Most of their songs aren't in English. Hello, California. I've been to California once. I'm in Iowa, so it's cold here, way more than I'd like it to be. I want warmer weather. And depending on where you're at in California, it's probably much warmer there than it is here right now. So that just kind of gives you an idea what the channel's about, why I got started, and that kind of thing. The bad thing about reaction channels is that there's a lot of copyright stuff that you have to deal with, and so you have to kind of be careful so that videos don't get blocked. And you don't get like copyright strikes. If you get so many copyright strikes, then they can, basically YouTube can take your channel down. And so you kind of have to be careful. That's why you pause videos and that kind of stuff when you're watching. Or there's other stuff that you can try to do too. Ooh, yeah, 73 and beautiful in California. That's almost perfect. Hotter the better. I love warm weather, which means I probably live in the wrong part of the country, because it is maybe 30 degrees here, I think, something like that. And it's snowy outside. So, but 73 and beautiful sounds amazing. So one of the reasons that I created a Patreon just so that I could have a place to put videos outside of YouTube. And to have another way of interacting with people. And there's not really a whole lot of activity there now, but I have posted a couple songs that the video gets blocked. A lot of time what happens is the video portion gets blocked, but not the audio. And so that's why I have to put a little message covering the video in the corner so that I can actually post it on YouTube, because there's like bots basically that automatically will block stuff when you upload it, and you get a notice right away. It doesn't even go public saying that the videos has content that was blocked. So then I have to go in and re-edit the video to cover the video portion. So at least the audio would be on there for people to listen to. And when I do that, I usually put the video, the unblocked video, on my Patreon, a link to it there so everybody can check that out. In the future, I plan on, using Patreon a little bit more and doing things that I wouldn't really be able to do on YouTube, having content on there that I really couldn't have on YouTube. So stuff like listening to entire albums, that's usually something that would never make it past past it on YouTube if you're listening to entire albums, because it's copyrighted material, which is totally understandable. And then stuff like artists, that there are certain artists that pretty much anything you try to put up from that artist is going to get blocked. So, my number one favorite group of all time is the Beatles. And you can't get anything uploaded that has Beatles music in it. It gets blocked right away. And in those cases, it's not just the video portion that gets blocked, but they'll block out the audio too, so that you can't even have, Beatles music playing in the background even. So those videos, there's just no shot to even post them. The only video that I've done by the Beatles that I could actually get uploaded was are those cases where it was like not the final version of the song and they were rehearsing and that kind of stuff, because the audio isn't in that case copyrighted, I don't think, the same way. But for the most part, those get blocked right away. And so that's the kind of stuff that I probably would put on Patreon is, I've thought about going through the Beatles' entire catalog, which would take a while. And just sharing what I like about their different songs. Because again, I've probably heard pretty much everything by the Beatles. But I would like post my comments and why I like certain songs and what the songs are about and that kind of thing that I think would be interesting. And there's other artists that would probably be the same way that I would post stuff like that for. The only other video that I've had get fully blocked, audio and video, was the Led Zeppelin Dazed and Confused, their performance at Madison Square Garden. It was like a 29-minute performance, which is amazing. So that video, I just clipped out the portions that were blocked. And so you can just see the reaction side of that. But again, there's a link to my Patreon where you can get the full video and take a look at that. So go check that out. It's free on my Patreon. And yeah, that's it. If you haven't seen that, that is probably one of my favorite live performances that I've seen from anybody. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's 29 minutes long, but it's pretty good. So I do more stuff like that, stuff that's just not going to make it up on YouTube. I'd put that on my Patreon. And then Patreon, I think in the future, I'll start, like I usually record on Sundays, so Saturdays and Sundays. And then I edit it, because basically I'll record a whole block of videos, usually about 4 a week. And then it takes me time to edit all of that, because I have to, get the video and audio that I've recorded, and then I have to, edit in everything to make it something that I can upload to YouTube, and then I can upload it to YouTube and so on. So I do the recording on the weekends, and then I'll upload as I get things edited throughout the week. And so probably something else I'll start doing is, every week I will like list out on Patreon. Maybe I'll list out the upcoming videos, so people kind of know in advance. If somebody were to become a patron of mine, they would have access to see the videos that are coming out that week, in advance of everything else. And there are even times where I'll post videos and schedule them out, so that I know some reactors will post 3 or 4 videos a day on the days they record. I like to space it out, because I know that, really the weekend is when I really have the big chunk of time to record. And so I'll do that. I'll do editing throughout the week, but sometimes I'll just schedule them out, even though I may have edited all the videos for that week. I'll still schedule them out so that they're spaced out every couple of days. So if you see me wearing the same shirt, it's because it's all filmed on the same day. I don't know if I'm going to say your name right here. Inet or Anet. I use Power Director. Power Director is the software that I use for video editing. And the reason I chose Power Director, I don't have a Mac. I'm using a laptop. And so I know Apple has iNet. Okay. iNet. So I know Apple has some video editing software that's pretty popular, but I don't have a Mac. And so when I was looking at video editing software on a Windows-based system, Power Director was one of the top ones in terms of a combination of ease of use and functionality and that kind of thing. So that's what I started using, and it's very intuitive. It has, way more features than I ever use on it, because you can do all sorts of cool stuff with it, with transitions and you get it's a professional quality video editing software, and it's not it's very reasonably priced. That was the other thing, that it had to be something reasonably priced. I wasn't going to be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on video editing, especially in the beginning, before I even knew if the channel would take off or not. But yeah, thanks for that question. So yeah, I got in terms of getting the channel set up, all you really need is a camera and a mic, and that's about it. I actually use my phone as the camera. So I have a OnePlus 8 phone, and I use that as my camera. There's some software you can get to convert the camera into a webcam, basically. And so that's what I'm using right now. And then I got a mic, which you can see here, so that the audio's better quality, better than the mic on a laptop would be. And then yeah, that's really all you need. I know a lot of people use different they use OBS and that kind of stuff to get their to get the video in the corner. I actually was using a different method. There's an app that will allow you to like minimize YouTube videos and make them whatever size you want. And then I have a screen recording software that I use to basically record the screen after I put the video in the corner and that kind of stuff. So the other option is you video yourself watching the video or listening to the music, and then afterwards, kind of in post-production, if you will, then you can you get a copy of the video copy of the video that you then insert in like picture in picture in the screen. So that's the way a lot of people do it, but I still do it maybe the harder way in the sense that I do just a screen capture, and I literally have the video in the corner while I'm listening. So I don't have video. I'm not doing I'm not doing that all in post-production. I don't know if it's any quicker to do it that way, but that's the way I've been doing it. But yeah, the other reason that I kind of wanted to do a live stream, I know you can do live streams before you hit 1,000 subscribers from a laptop. You can't do it on mobile, I don't think. But the other reason was just to kind of have a regular way of allowing subscribers and that kind of thing to interact with me, to ask questions, and kind of grow the community that way too. So far, other than people commenting on videos, there's really not an easy way through YouTube to really have a connection to your community at all, other than, as I said, just commenting on videos and replying to comments and that kind of thing. And I do read every comment that's left, and I do take down the recommendations so that I can put those on the list. But this live stream, I figure I'll live stream on a regular basis to give people another chance to interact and either ask questions or just talk about whatever's on your mind at the time. If you have any video recommendations during a live chat, I'll take those down too, so that I'm making sure to be responsive to people that are watching the channel and that kind of thing. That's kind of the idea behind doing the live chat. I'm going to try to do it on a regular basis. I don't know how often it'll be. Probably, I don't know if it'll be weekly. It probably won't be every week, but it'll be, maybe every couple of weeks that I'll do a live chat, just to have people have an opportunity to interact with me and, again, make recommendations or whatever they want to do. That's kind of the idea behind it. But I'm really appreciative of everybody. I have, over 1,000 subscribers now, which is just insane to me. And so I'm really, really appreciative of all of the support that people have given. And a lot of positive support. I do have dislikes on some videos, which that's bound to happen because not all the videos are going to be everybody's cup of tea or favorite thing to listen to. So I fully expect that. But for the most part, everything's been very positive. Comments have been very positive. People have less suggestions on things, on ways of doing things and that kind of stuff. And so I really take those to heart and try to provide what people are looking for there. The other thing I'll mention about Patreon, something else that I may do in the future is, in addition to music reactions, I've watched a lot of either movie or TV show reactions, and I love movies and TV also. And so I may sprinkle some of that stuff in every now and then. And I wouldn't go away from the music reactions, because that's I enjoy that too. I would just do my music reactions, and then maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, I would do a movie reaction or something like that, just to kind of break things up. It wouldn't take the place of the music reaction, so that people were here just for the music reactions could still see all the music reactions just as they have been. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I didn't realize, I guess I know that there are fan bases out there. But I didn't realize how big some of the fan bases were for some of these artists. So, and for good reason. Angelina Jordan is really, really talented, a really, really talented singer. And prior to listening to her, I had no idea how large of a following she had, or how large of a fan base was out there for her. But I've really enjoyed listening to that stuff. And again, listening to try to tap into these fan bases isn't really the sole reason that I'm doing this. It's really to listen to different types of music. And if I listen to different types of music and it interests people out there, or, huge fan bases are really interested in watching me react to stuff, then I think that's a win-win. I'm not ever going to get to the point where I'm only listening to one artist. I'm going to continue to listen to different music. I'll listen to Angelina Jordan, for example, and I'll listen to BTS, and I'll listen to, rock or heavy metal even, or rap, or whatever it may be. I'll listen to all that stuff in the same week. So my hope is that people that are here for one type of music might listen to other stuff that's on my channel just to check it out, and might get exposed to some music that they didn't know about too, just like I was. So yeah, that's kind of my hope, also going forward. So yeah, I appreciate all of the support. I don't want to take too much time to do the live stream, but thought I'd just pop on and thank everyone. It's a way to thank everyone, and kind of give you a little background on the channel, background about, why I'm doing what I'm doing here, and talk about what we can look forward to in the future coming up. And so, as I said, maybe do some movie or TV show reactions in addition to the music, not to take the place of the music. The music would still happen just as frequently, but maybe throw one of those in there too. Yeah, I have some family on here, so thank you, family, for the support. Thanks for showing up on the live stream. So it's very strange to do a live stream for the first time, because there's not an easy way for you to test things out ahead of time. Facebook gives you the option, YouTube gives you the option, and says, you click on the option to live stream, and then it basically walks you through it. But there's not really a way that you can say, I want to test this out and see how it works in advance. So today I just had to kind of go live and see what was going to happen. I'm still not sure which microphone's picking up my audio, because I did not, when I set up the live stream, I knew I wanted to schedule in advance to give people a chance to know that it was coming. And when I set it up, I didn't have this microphone hooked up. So, and then when I started this live stream, there was no option for me to change audio options at all. So I have no idea. It could be that's just going through the laptop, which is fine. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that really matters. But I'll hopefully work out some of that stuff for the future live streams. Anyway, yeah, if anybody has any questions, for the next minute or two, be happy to answer those. Glad you're enjoying it, iNet. And good. The audio's been good too. Excellent. Well, that's where we will wrap things up for now. I'm sure, as you know, in the future, as these get more regular, we'll have get different people on here to that I can talk to and that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate all of you for showing up today for this first one. I appreciate all of the support. And hey, what's going on? A lot of family on here today, which is good. And so, yeah, I'll do this on a more regular basis. And I'll try to pick times that people in different time zones can also be on. So that's why, again, it's Sunday at like 2:30, well, 2:37. Which I know, if there are Angelina Jordan fans out there in Scandinavian area, then it would still be a time where they would be awake. So that's another reason that I kind of picked this time. But according to YouTube, the best time I think to post my videos is like 10 a.m. on most days. That's Central Time. And so maybe that's because if I have viewers in Europe or Asia and that kind of stuff, it's still it'd be evening there. Even at 10 a.m. here, it'd still be evening there, right? So in any case, thank you all for coming and showing your support. We'll see everyone later. And this will be posted so that if you came in late, you can catch the beginning. You probably didn't miss too much, actually. I think I was just talking about the channel and how it got started. But if for some reason you just came in and you missed the beginning, you can catch this on the YouTube page. And thanks. If you're not a subscriber and you got this recommended, you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. And until next time, as I say all the time, have a great evening.